Okay. All right. So anyway, it's called Tennis Volley Talk is what my tennis podcast is.
Mhm.
And so anyway, uh,
Where can
uh,
I find it on the Apple Play or Apple Store and stuff?
yeah, you can find it on let's see, iHeart and then Spotify, stuff like that.
Uh-huh.
You can find it on there. But uh, with that anyway, I can start.
I'm
And
ready when you're ready, champion.
okay, well, anyway, thank you for joining me here today on the episode of Tennis Volley Talk with uh, one of the half of the brother team of doubles back in the 90s, or 80s, 90s, uh, Murphy Jensen, the brother of Luke Jensen. But if you want to ask anything about doubles and we're afraid to ask Murphy, he'll let you know about that. But
Yeah.
welcome to my podcast, Murphy. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for joining me.
Thanks, Brian. It's an honor and a privilege to be here. It's a gift to be anywhere.
Well, yeah, it is. And at our ages, heck, it's nice to just be able to get out and play too.
Yeah, you're telling me. How's your tennis game?
Well, my tennis game, I had a little bit of injuries last year. I had an arm injury, then my elbow got broken, but it's healed now. And so my game has suffered a little bit, but
Wow.
I've come across a little bit more of a better approach now
Yeah.
with approaching tennis because I was talking not too long ago with Jack Brody, and he
Yep.
was talking about his tennis concept of at 45 degrees that makes it a better stroke into the ball. So I started infiltrating that, and I went, "Oh my gosh, why didn't I see this way long time before?"
Right.
You know,
Well,
so
you probably played and learned to play the game with one of those wood rackets behind you. That's
oh
why you're
yeah, yeah,
good.
I sure did. That's
Jack Brody, Cactus Jack.
yeah, Cactus Jack. I know.
What a personality. I love him. I
Yeah.
absolutely love him.
Oh, that's so good. So good. Uh, so anyway, with that, it kind of like what I mean, whenever you started your tennis career or were kind of going into it, what I mean, did you were you always an athlete or played athletics, or what got you into tennis? Was it your brother that kind of, hey, come on, let's start hitting, and you started hitting with him, and you kind of went, oh, I got the timing. I think I can hit the ball.
Well, Luke and I were raised, and Rebecca and Rachel, the four kids, Rachel, Rebecca, Luke, and Murphy, were all raised by coaches and
Hmm.
teachers.
Okay.
And our mother coached gymnastics in the state of Michigan, and our dad coached football and tennis. And when he discovered tennis, Buddy Williamson from Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, gave him a racket. And, having been an athlete that played basketball, baseball, football, track, wrestling, boxing, he did it all. But he had never played tennis. And in probably 1968, he was handed a tennis racket, or 1966 by Buddy, and they went out and played, and he loved it.
Hmm.
He loved every facet of the game, and what he picked up on, and our mom picked up on, is tennis would be a great starting point for our footwork to become football players or
Okay.
any other sport. So it would transcend into other things. It
Hmm.
wasn't, we didn't get into tennis to become tennis players. We got into tennis because the amount of brain work
Yeah.
and problem solving
Hmm.
and movement.
Hmm.
It was kind of like it's organized chaos is
Oh
how I
yeah, sure.
describe the game of tennis.
Sure.
And you must process so much information to play the game that it would transcend into other sports. And so we were raised in an athletic house. I was running 5Ks or 10Ks by 8 years old, and I
Hmm.
was participating in gymnastic meets, and I was in tap dancing
Oh,
for my
sure.
footwork for football,
Oh,
which
yeah, yeah,
ended up
yeah.
being good. Tap dancing was good for my footwork for tennis,
Oh, sure,
the
sure.
small steps and the adjustment steps. And so that's how we got into tennis. And then eventually, by the time we were 8 years old or younger, maybe 7 or 8, we built a tennis court in our backyard.
Oh, okay.
And it was just summer fun. We
Oh,
would
yeah,
make tennis
absolutely. Every
rackets
day, every morning, every night, every afternoon,
all day, every day until the
every day.
sunset.
Was it a hard court that you built?
Yeah, it was a really slow hard court made not with asphalt, which would play faster, but with
Mhm.
concrete. And he made it extremely slow,
Oh, okay.
as slow as a clay court, but if not slower, high bouncing,
Hmm.
slow hard court.
Oh, sure.
And so it taught us how to develop rallies and
Hmm.
points and
Yeah.
to
And
build
how to
build
handle the high kickers and all that.
Yeah, which is ironic how we ended up doing well on the clay on the dirt because it
Hmm.
was a high ball, slow,
Hmm.
and you can't just hit one shot and win the
Yeah.
point. You're gonna have to dig and fight and grind
Hmm.
and be resilient to be a
Oh, yeah.
good tennis player on a slow court.
Oh yeah, absolutely, for sure. And with that too, I mean, as you developed into tennis, I mean, you playing on that court all day long was kind of like me when I grew up, when I was in let's see, right in high school, where I met the old guys at the tennis court on a white cement tennis court, chain link fence, yellow painted lines. You learned how to hit the ball soon because that was coming off that cement court, white cement court, fast.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
so you kind of learned it. And we thought, yeah, we're kids, we're younger than these old guys. But they kept beating us so bad
yeah, yeah,
because they had the dink and dunk, and they just
yeah,
knew how to hit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, there's the term hacker and bad tennis player and chump, and then there's people that actually play tennis. And the
Hmm.
game of tennis, from my perspective, isn't played. You use a racket and you have tennis balls, but the game of tennis is played with your feet.
Yeah, that's right. And
You
and
know,
what I gained from Jack though, when I started in the infiltrate the 45-degree part of it, which was started to make sense when I saw one of his videos and was talking to him about it. It was like, oh, I did not, I would kind of learn from the aspect of bring sideways, bring the racket straight back, bring it through and hit the ball.
sure.
But then when I did that and I saw the concept of doing the 45 and where that ball is hit in the perfect spot every time.
Yeah, yeah,
As
yeah.
long as you keep it within that 45-degree angle, that racket is hitting the ball with the right shot every time,
Yeah,
forehand and backhand. And it was
yeah.
like, oh gosh, why didn't I see this many years ago? Because I wasn't showing it.
Yeah, yeah. Well, the game is taught differently today than it was in the 1800s
Oh yeah.
when
Oh,
before
that's true.
airplane and we rode our horses to the courts. And yeah, it's a different deal. We had
Hmm.
catgut strings, we had wood tennis rackets that were really heavy,
Yeah.
and you could only take it straight back and forward. And
Hmm.
it
Yeah.
was a much flatter
Oh
game.
yeah, much flatter. That is true. That is
You
so
know,
true.
there was way less margin for error.
Hmm. Hmm.
And today, with all the spin, there's way more margin for error.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
That's true.
to teach the game the way I was taught it is a waste of time, in my opinion. I
Hmm.
got to teach my 8-year-old the game that he will one day be playing, not the one that I
Yeah,
was
that's true.
raised in. It's like raising a kid to develop him for the world before television. No,
Hmm.
he's
Hmm.
going to need to live and operate in a world with screens and phones and
Hmm.
all that.
Oh,
So,
that's so true. That's so true. And with that too, as you grew up and being and playing tennis with your brother, And then you, what, turned pro at about 91? Did you both turn pro about the same time, or did your
No,
brother turn pro first and you kind of went behind him?
I want to say my brother turned pro in 88 or
Oh, okay.
89, and I went 3 years of college and came out in 91.
Oh, in 91. Okay.
So he
Okay.
had already had 3 years on the tour by the time
Hmm.
I joined him in 93.
Hmm.
And then I had 2 years of the minor leagues and the challenger circuit, and then all the European stuff. And I was approaching about 120 in the world in doubles, and let's say 400 in singles.
Hmm.
And he was three or four in the world
Oh,
or
yeah.
five in the world in doubles. And
Hmm.
our collective ranking was good enough to get us in the majors and play calendar year in 1993 at the top level.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he took a risk by playing me because we would be unseated.
Oh, yeah,
And
that's right.
it was really unknown how we would, everyone says in the game of tennis, find a good partner,
Hmm.
find someone that
Yeah.
complements your game.
Yeah.
We were, really a big question mark
Oh,
whether
sure.
we had complementary games for one another.
Hmm.
I'm a
Hmm.
lefty, he serves righty and
Oh,
lefty.
yeah. Yeah.
I played the deuce court.
Hmm.
He could play both, but luckily he played the ad court well.
Yes. Yes.
And I think it was divine intervention, and our games luckily
Hmm.
complemented each other
Oh,
to
yeah.
be
Yeah.
uh, a good tennis team.
Oh, sure. And then you two being able to travel where you traveled, Wimbledon, French coming up. They're in Rome now, which is a beautiful spot in itself. I've been watching on Tennis Channel, and it's just so beautiful to see that court there in Rome. And it's just unbelievable, and stuff. But I myself, I've had the chance to go to the US Open for the fan week, which was really fun
Yeah,
and stuff. So that was fun, and I got to see the West Side Tennis Club also,
yeah,
and was toured that by the historian gal
oh
because
yeah.
I did a podcast with her, and then I was able to go there, and she showed me everything, and got to see a Ultimate Tennis Showdown event. So it was really good.
That's amazing. That's
Yeah, and to see
amazing.
the rich history of the West Side Tennis Club too.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's where I fell in love with the game. We had three channels on our television, and
Yeah.
I would get to see Vilas and Connors in a
Hmm.
U.S. Open final when it was on clay at Forest Hills. Those are
Hmm.
my earliest memories. I would
Oh yeah.
see the Alan King $100,000 Las Vegas Caesars Palace matches, and they
Hmm.
roll out a wheelbarrow
Yeah.
with silver dollars,
Yeah.
100,000 of them or something.
Gosh, yeah.
And so I, and then the style and the personalities of that era,
Hmm.
Vilas and Vitas, Gerulaitis, and all
One of
those
the
players,
greats. Oh, the
they
late
were
great Vetus.
they were rock stars.
They were.
You
They were.
know,
And you were kind of rock stars yourself, being doubles team with the long hair too. So
yeah, I looked at those guys like the Rolling Stones
yeah.
or the Beatles. I mean, the players that I got to see as a
Hmm.
7, 8 year old were magical.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely they were. And unfortunately, I mean, I had the fortunate time to be able to see uh Vitas Gerulaitis and Millie Nasasi in an exhibition match
Yeah,
in Tulsa, where I'm from.
yep,
And let alone the two guest players that were there were none other than Vince Van Patten and Dean Paul Martin Jr.
sure.
And so
Dino
I got to
Martin.
see them and meet them and talk to them
Yeah.
be able to take pictures of Vitas and how what a pure volley that guy was when he came in and
Ah,
served and volley. What a pure volley he had. Oh,
lightning quick, lightning quick,
oh
lightning
yeah.
quick.
And
Yeah.
and it was just so wonderful. And Vitas was becoming such a great tennis commentator too. he was knowledgeable. He was funny. He let you know with what he said that he knew the game, but he made it easy for somebody to follow. And
Yeah,
he was becoming such a good commentator
yeah,
by that time and by that tragedy before it happened.
yeah.
But that was really good too. But also, you and your brother ended up making it into French, and you and guys ended up winning 1993 French Open doubles.
Yes, we did. The 93 French Open, that was the first year we decided to play together. That was the first time I'd ever played the French. We were unseeded 3 weeks before the French Open. We're playing in Hamburg right before Rome.
Okay.
We had gone on a 10-week losing streak in the first round.
Ooh.
And so, how the ranking system works is you've got 1 year to defend the points from the year before. So the
Hmm.
year
Hmm.
before, Luke had made the semis or finals of the Italian. He won Bologna in the quarterfinals of the French, and if we don't have turn this ship around, his ranking and my ranking is going to drop below 100 possibly,
Oh yeah,
right? Or
yeah,
200. And so I suggested Luke find a different partner for these next 3 or 4 weeks at least.
yeah, yeah,
If he save himself,
yeah. Save
because
himself.
a 10-week losing streak isn't something that you double down on your bets. You
Hmm.
actually might need to pivot or
Hmm.
reconsider the idea that playing together was a good idea. And I said, Luke, find another partner if you have to the next 3 weeks. Save yourself, save your ranking, save your career. I'll be fine. I can always go back to college.
Yeah, that's true.
He says, Murphy, I believe in you and your abilities. You've got what it takes.
Yeah,
And he goes, I don't care if we drop to 10,000 in the world.
yeah,
We are going to be successful. I
that's
know
right.
we've got it. And
Yeah.
so that very next week in Rome that we you were mentioning, we beat the defending champions Rose and Lassick in the second round. We
Uh-huh.
got through our first round. We
Yeah.
beat the defending French Open champions in the second round. We beat a bunch of maybe Sampras and Henman in the third round.
Oh wow.
We
Yeah.
make the semifinals. I have a little rib injury
Ooh.
and we lose in the semis. The next week in Bologna, we make the finals,
Oh my
uh,
gosh.
losing to the Australian Open champions
Oh.
in a three-setter, and then come into the French. Luke says the night before the French Open, man, we can win this thing.
Mm.
We couldn't win anything two
Yeah,
weeks ago,
that's
and
right.
now he's telling me we're going to win the French Open, and I've never played the French Open, and the fortnight begins.
No, there you go.
We were down match points in I think our first four matches. We won our first round 9-7 into the third, 11-9 in the third. Everything was a come from behind win. Even in the quarterfinals, one of the matches in the round of 16, we were down 5-3 in the third, and rain delay. Luke was booking his flight home.
Hmm.
And we come back and win after the rain delay. He had to unpack his bags because we weren't done.
Yeah.
And then in the quarters, we play Henri Leconte from France. He's
Oh
our
yeah.
national hero. And
Oh
Goran
yeah.
Ivanisevic, Wimbledon champion, in the bull ring. And every time in the warm up, I would hit a tennis ball or Luke would hit a tennis ball. The French fans, 5 or 6,000 people, would go, boo! And every time they hit the ball, they would go, yeah! And
Oh
every
my
time
gosh.
Murphy, boo! And we won. I want to say that we won that. I don't even remember, but all I do remember, maybe 7-6-3 in the third or 7-6-7-6. No, it was a three-setter, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And on the way back to the locker room with security escorting us through a crowd of people
Hmm.
that didn't
Hmm.
like us because we
Yeah.
just beat the French guy.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Goran Ivanisevic had smashed and broken every racket that was in his bag back to the locker room.
My
And you could
God.
see his rackets in the trash cans. And so I'm collecting Goran Ivanisevic's rackets. I don't know if I'll ever come back here again. So
Yeah.
these are souvenirs.
Yeah, of course they are.
And so we make the semis and we beat Stefan Edberg and Peter Korda, who had
Mhm.
won Monte Carlo, and I want to
Oh
say they're
yeah,
ranked number one in the world in doubles together.
sure.
That's Sebastian Korda's dad, who was
Yep.
he made the number one spot in the world in singles at one point. So we
Hmm.
got two guys who have been number one in the world in singles,
Yeah.
Grand Slam winners. We're playing those guys, and I knew if we could get that first set, we could beat them.
Oh yeah.
And we won 7-6, 6-4, and now we're in the finals.
Ooh.
And I say to Luke, I said to Luke in the quarters because everyone's talking about us winning the thing. And I
Mhm.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to do the French franc conversion.
Sure.
I wasn't a
Absolutely.
math guy at that time in my
Oh
life.
yeah.
And Luke says if we win this thing in the quarterfinals, that I'm going to tackle you and pin you to the ground like a big time wrestler. We need to have a great celebration.
Yeah.
So we get to the finals. Two German dudes, Gollner and Prentisil, beat the Woodies, who won Wimbledon 5 times in a row. And we're playing two Germans on the 49th anniversary of D-Day.
Oh boy. Oh wow.
And I'm a nervous wreck.
Oh,
Neither
I'm sure.
Luke's got the most experience from Davis Cup and
Oh
three or
yeah.
4 years of being in the top 10.
Hmm.
And the rest of us were just nervous wrecks to play that final.
Hmm.
And then John McEnroe walks in the locker room.
Oh gee.
And he's going to be commentating this final
Oh my gosh.
with Bud Collins. It's
Oh,
going
of
to be
course, Bud Collins. Oh my gosh,
live
yes.
on NBC.
Yes.
We told Grandma and all our friends and all our relatives it's going to be on TV today. And
Oh God.
McEnroe rolls in and starts screaming and yelling at me. And I've got a match. I've got a match to prepare for.
Yeah.
And it's just unbelievable.
Oh
And I'm
yeah.
thinking to myself, why is John McEnroe yelling at me? This isn't the time or the place to yell at Murphy. Anyway, he goes, it's D-Day, and these Germans, we got to take these Germans. These guys speak perfect English.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. Yeah.
They had nothing to do with D-Day.
Uh-uh.
Just a couple of guys that want to kick our butts.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get out, we win the first set. I blow it in the second set tiebreaker, and my head's between my hands, and I'm extremely depressed. And we go down 3-0 in the third in the
Oh.
final set,
Oh gee.
and it's not looking good.
Mm-mm.
And I say to Luke, we got this, and he says it's the same thing to me, and we just rallied. And Luke was more familiar with this landscape, playing. He's played way more big matches. This is the biggest match in the world in this moment. This is the biggest day of our lives as human beings, as
Yeah.
tennis players,
Yeah.
and we come back. And Luke knew that he had a critical hold because he doesn't hold at 0-3. We're two breaks down.
Yeah.
And then he talks about it better than I do, but he knew the little details of the moment by moment, point by point, how critical every shot was being down 3-0.
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
And if you look at the match point, he had three overheads in a row
Oh my gosh.
or four, and he was playing it safe. He
Oh
was
yeah.
not going to go for some screaming TV shot.
Mm-mm.
And by the fourth overhead, the other team had been pushed back so far they dump a forehand in the net. They pulled the trigger first.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but at 5-4 in the third, or 5-3 or 5-4, serving for the match at 30-love, because Luke had said that he was going to body slam me like a big time wrestler.
No.
He, I said to him, 5-4, 30-love, 2 points from winning the French Open. I said, hey, he goes, where are you going to serve? To the forehand or backhand? I said, whatever you do after we win, don't hurt me. I was thinking about something he had talked about 3 or 4 days ago. And that was not what I should have been thinking about. I should have
Yeah.
been thinking about get the first serve in,
Yeah.
make my first volley,
Yeah.
you know, down the middle solves the riddle.
Oh,
Anyway,
yeah. Yeah.
so he says, we haven't won anything yet. It's 30 love. There's a
Yeah.
lot of tennis to play. And I realized he was right. And I got really nervous and I double faulted 3 times in a row.
Oh my gosh. Oh
So
no.
before the match point, it wasn't like, hey, it just came easy.
Yeah.
Nothing's come easy for me
Yeah.
in this thing called life. I've had to do the work and
Oh
I've
yeah.
had to I've been humbled more times than I want to admit, but humility and a student, an
Hmm.
open mind has saved my life more times than not.
Oh yeah,
So
absolutely. Absolutely. And
you
then
gotta
and then
you
as
gotta
you
be
guys,
you gotta be teachable to become a
yeah.
good tennis player.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's
So
true. You got to. And that's kind of what I like doing, showing people if they can't hit, show them how to hit it. Just
yeah,
makes my day to show them how to hit the ball over and be
yeah,
consistent.
yeah, sure.
Because I've been playing for 50 years. So,
Yeah. Oh
that,
wow.
so that's what it's just
You
kind
don't
of,
look a day over 85.
yeah, no, not a day over 85. That's it. But no, as you guys then kind of wound down your career and everything, then you kind of got you went into actually then coaching tennis and then also running a club and then also doing coaching for world team tennis too.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
And world
yep.
team tennis must have been such a joy to do and play and coach in that realm because back in 76 or 76 or whatever, I was had the opportunity to see world team tennis in Oklahoma. And like 2 years after Bobby Riggs had played Billie Jean.
Yeah.
And so
Wow.
therefore, I turn around and who's standing in front of me in his sugar daddy coat is
Come
Bobby
on.
Riggs.
No way.
So I have a picture of him looking at my camera. And
Yeah.
a friend of mine actually then kept the program from that night and got some autographs on it. And one of the autographs, Bobby
But
Riggs.
that's
So he
unbelievable.
sent it to me, so I have it in my tennis collection.
You are you're like the Sanford and Son of tennis stuff.
That's
You
right.
know,
I know.
the junkyard dog.
That's it. The
Of,
junkyard dog and
of
keeping all
course.
that stuff and with the
That's
collection I have. So,
amazing. No, but then,
and with that too, um, everybody just be sure and watch Tennis Volley Talk and like, subscribe
yep,
and on YouTube and also the Zoom, you'll see that on YouTube. And then with that, the radio venues, you can listen to that too. But however, today, actually, with that, and as you now, then how was that with the World Team Tennis? I mean, being able to coach, and you had a variety because that had some college players in it too that were kind of in college, but almost getting there. But still, that must have been a fun experience to have.
well, speaking of the Sugar Daddy jacket and the Bobby Riggs outfit that he wore when he lost to Billie Jean King at the Houston Astrodome, the World Team Tennis Washington Castles,
Hmm.
the DC team, was owned by a gentleman by the name of Mark Ein. And he
Okay.
loved tennis. He'd go to the DC Open as a kid and I think he was a ball boy. He learned the game of tennis, and then he buys this World Team Tennis team, and he asked me to be the coach. He actually owns the Bobby Riggs outfit.
Oh my gosh.
He owns all that
Oh,
stuff.
that must that's so cool.
He owns the Andy Warhol painting of Venus Gerulaitis, which
Oh
I
my
think is the
gosh.
coolest thing ever.
Oh,
Um, and he asked me to coach, and Billie Jean King actually called him and said, have you figured out who's going to be your coach?" And he says, "Yeah, I found my guy. I met him through a Tennis Channel assignment. I
hmm
was in Washington, D.C. to interview Anna Kournikova, and tough job.
Oh
And
yeah, must have been hard.
anyway, Mark and I became fast friends, and he answered Billie Jean King and said, I've got my coach. It's going to be Murphy Jensen. And Billie Jean says, "You mean Luke?" No, no, Murphy's my guy. Murphy.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. Billy's like, no, 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 no. Murphy played world team tennis for Kansas City and a number of teams. You want Luke? And Mark goes, no, 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 no. I'm telling you, I was out in the Hamptons with this guy. We're cooking pasta. We're swimming in the ocean. We're hitting
Yeah.
tennis balls. I saw Murphy walk through the crowd at the U.S. This is my guy. This
Yeah.
is my guy. And she goes, are you sure Murphy's your guy? Because I know the Jensen brothers since they were 14 or 15 years old. I'm pretty sure you want Luke. And Mark says, no, Murphy's my guy.
There you go.
So I got an opportunity to do something I wasn't even looking to do.
Oh wow.
And
That's a gem in itself.
I got to serve these teams over 10 years and these amazing Castles fans and this amazing format of men and women competing on the same court. And my teams consisted of Venus, Serena, Hingis, Leander Paes, Azarenka,
Hmm.
Sam Querrey,
Oh
Nick
yeah.
Kyrgios, you name the person, I had
Yeah.
them on my team.
Oh,
And
absolutely. Even
maybe,
Bethany Maddox Sands, I think, wasn't it?
what's that?
Bethany Maddox Sands too?
She was never on my
Oh, she
team.
wasn't. Okay. All
No,
right.
we would kick her butt.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
she was on my team in Delaware.
Oh, in
Her
Delaware.
first
Okay.
professional match was
Oh,
in on my team when I was still a player.
oh, okay. Okay.
And she had to play Martina Navratilova in her first match.
Oh, gee, go figure that one.
That was not
Not a
a
pretty
good
sight.
result. But it worked out for Bethany Maddock,
Oh, yeah.
and she's amazing.
Oh,
And she
she is. She has
so
such a good
anyway,
personality.
yeah. So it's been a heck of a ride. We won 6 championships in 7 years, and we had a lot of success. And
Mm.
I did what I've learned in life, which is to be humble and be open-minded and be a student, and most importantly, be of service to the teams and the players that I worked with.
Oh, yeah.
They all knew how to play this game, but
Hmm.
Tommy Lasorda from the Dodgers told me on a flight home, he said, I asked him for some advice. He said, get your team and your culture right. He didn't say go practice like crazy and have a great draft and work your butts off. He said, get your team to love one another,
Yeah.
love one another, play for one another,
Yeah.
train for one another, care about each other, and you
Oh, yeah.
can't lose, Murphy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we did pretty good.
Yeah.
We
That's good.
we
That's
ended up with
absolutely.
we ended up with the longest winning streak in the history of professional sports, overtaking the Lakers of 33 straight wins with 34 straight wins.
There
So
you go.
it
Oh,
was one of
goodness.
the most important and impactful times of my human life
Oh,
was
sure.
coaching
Sure.
world team tennis.
And with that now today, I just kind of have a little bit of what I call a racket of the week, and it's right now it's the Wilson. It's the Advantage wooden racket
Ooh,
Wilson.
yep. Who is the winningest junior tennis player of all time that used that racket?
Oh, the Wilson racket. Oh,
Who used the advantage?
hmm?
Who used the Wilson advantage?
That I don't know. Was it Pat Dupre maybe or?
Not even close. Scott Davis.
Oh, really? Okay.
There you
Yeah,
go.
Scott Davis.
He won 30 gold balls by the time he was 18 years old, or
Oh my
some
gosh.
ridiculous
But
number.
it was such a good racket still. You could still hit with it. Not hard, but you could still hit with it. It's still a
Yeah.
good, solid racket. I
Kind
love
of
the
string,
color on it.
what kind of string do you have in that?
That's just probably a restring job of the old nylon strings that they
Yeah.
had
You
when
gotta
they
stencil that
restrung
up,
it.
buddy. You gotta stencil that up, Brian.
Yeah, I know something. So yeah, it's a Wilson racket, kind of one of the kind of one of the higher, being in the Advantage, kind of the higher ranked racket, like a Davis Imperial. Then they had the Imperial Deluxe. This is probably one of the higher ones above that, but it's still a good racket. And with that, and then you have the ribbons here, and the ribbons actually were kind of done and made for because it's laminate and
Yep.
they glued the layers together. So
Yep.
the ribbons were there to hold the layers together so they wouldn't come apart. So that's why they kind of
Wow.
wrapped them around the bottom part of the racket there.
Wow.
So yeah, that's kind of a little thing right there. And the strings that they used to have at the top and bottom of the main strings, those were called trebling, which were kind of the precursor to string savers back then.
Ah,
So that's kind of cool in itself, but still a very good racket, very
what
nice,
kind
nice color to it and
what
everything.
kind of grip?
For the
Yeah.
racket of the week.
What kind of grip you got on that, Brian?
Oh, it's actually a good leather grip, the old leather grip.
Is it calfskin?
No, it's just, I don't know if it's cat skin or not, but boy, it's still a very good grip on it too.
Jeez, that's
Yeah, but
amazing.
it's a very good racket still. But being a Wilson racket, and the story of Wilson that they started out as a meatpacking company
Yeah,
back in the
why
day,
not? Yep.
and because of the making and doing tennis strings and instrument strings by the animal byproducts uh, there,
Yep.
that way, and that's when they started out in about 1913 or so. And then 1916 is when Wilson came and bought it and made it the sporting goods. That's then in 1916, then Mr. Wilson then had the Wilson Sporting Goods store. That's kind of how Wilson kind of came about.
That's amazing. What a
Yeah.
story.
So kind of that's what I like doing that. I like showing and kind of letting people know about that kind of stuff also,
Okay.
which has been fun for me to do also, and stuff. But if you ever get to Minneapolis, we do have two public green tennis courts that you can play on clay.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
That
so
I
they're
love
they're
to
really
touch.
nice courts too. Uh,
All right, count me in.
yeah.
Sign me up on the fence.
There you go. But as time goes with you and everything, you have uh, charities that you do, and one of the charities kind of close to you that you started was for mental health and helping people, be a better person too.
Well, I have three foundations. The Jensen Schmidt Tennis Academy for Children with Down Syndrome that
Oh, good.
started
Okay.
in the 90s, and it's still thriving and going today. We've served hundreds of thousands of children with Down syndrome
Mhm.
and taught them the game of tennis, and they continue to play
Oh, that's good.
30 years later.
Oh, that's good.
And then co-founded a healthcare tech company called We Connect Health,
Yep.
which is a mobile app in your phone. You can download it in all the app stores, and it's there's the freemium version where you can get access to support group meetings, mental health coaching. That's not a that's a social impact for profit company, but we're serving millions of people from 30 countries, and it's amazing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anonymously and confidentially, you can get support and services around mental health
Hmm.
and addiction.
Oh, yeah.
So if
Yeah.
you're struggling with mental health challenges or addiction issues, um, We Connect is there for you.
Oh, that's good.
And there's a freemium version with support group meetings and mental health coaching and all that in a bag of chips. And you can build daily habits to
Oh, sure.
become the person you were born to be.
Oh, yeah.
In the foundation I've just applied for this year is the Love Wins Foundation. And
Okay.
we are going to kick off tennis events to raise money to ensure that anybody that needs access to care and help and support is going to get it.
Oh, good.
Money's not going to be a barrier of entry from
Hmm.
someone
Oh, sure.
dealing with mental health struggles.
Oh, sure.
Tennis is a game
It's
that
just,
people have said is 99% mental.
yeah,
So where's the support?
that's
Where's
it.
the teaching? Where's the coaching? Not a
That's
lot.
it.
You can learn how to hit a forehand and backhand, but
Yeah.
when you miss your forehand and backhand and choke your best shot
Yeah.
or lose the match of your dreams, what do you do? How do you
Yes.
deal with depression, anxiety, all that in
Mhm.
a bag of chips?
Yeah.
And then lastly, I partnered with a foundation called the Gooder Foundation,
Hmm.
Stephen Gooder Foundation, and now it's the Gooter Jensen Foundation. 4 years ago, I dropped dead of a cardiac arrest.
That's what I heard. That must have been crazy. And to have you being here still now, great.
I was dead, Brian. I
Oh
was
my
dead for
gosh.
18 minutes. My brother was returning serve, and the look he gave me stopped my heart. No, I say that jokingly, but my heart stopped it. It wasn't a plumbing issue, it was an electrical issue. Sudden cardiac arrest,
Hmm.
happens. And it's really important to me. 4 years ago, I was dead, and it's an honor and a privilege to be alive and be awake and be here
Oh,
with
yes.
you. And to
Yes.
still, I'm actually running to the tennis court. Tennis has been a big part of my recovery
Yes.
because my cognitive and my brain function was threatened. I didn't know who I was, where I was. I had to learn to walk and talk and
Yeah.
again. And the Gooter Jensen Foundation, we're providing AEDs. I was shocked 6 to 8 times on that tennis court with an AED,
Hmm.
18 minutes without a heartbeat. I was induced to a coma for 7 days, and then 2 years of recovery
Hmm.
to uh, to be here,
That's
to
good.
make a recovery. And so
That's so
tennis,
good.
I
And
love talking
and I
tennis
have the
with
privilege
you.
of being able to talk to you now. So that's so good.
There's so much more going on than just forehands and backhands in this
That's
thing
true.
called life. And tennis has been medicine for me.
That's good.
Tennis, physically, mentally, spiritually, emotionally,
Hmm.
and tennis. I want to say the tennis world saved my life. I mean, the
That's good.
prayers I got and the support from Chris Evert to Andre Agassi and
Yes.
beyond. I have a debt to the game I'll never be able to repay.
Oh,
And so
absolutely.
at the end of the day, if anybody, for any reason, reaches their hand out for help and says,
Yes.
Murphy, will you help me?
Yes.
Uh, I'm there.
You're
And
there. That's great.
this
Well,
knucklehead from Minnesota calls me and wants to do a podcast. And he goes,
yeah,
hey,
some crazy guy.
and I'm like, if my word is good, I'm going to be there.
That's
So,
it. And I'm
so
glad it came to fruition that I got this crazy thing taken working. So yay.
yeah, yeah. You're not a tech giant,
Not
Brian.
a total tech giant. It's been all on my own. So I try my
Yeah,
best
no,
to do
you're
what I do.
amazing. You're doing a great job. You're providing an incredible service and an incredible place to hear stories and learn about the history and learn about the game. I am your biggest fan,
Oh, thank you so much.
and I am just absolutely touched that you would consider me to be on your podcast.
Well, it was one of, it was kind of it was the email that whenever I interviewed Dick Stockton, so that was
Yeah,
a fun thing to do too. So
yeah.
that's how I did
Well,
it. I was able to have the people that I have just by finding a way to do it.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You just do the next thing,
Yeah,
and Dickie Stockton, we love him in our family.
yeah.
He
Oh,
has been there for us since we were junior tennis players and
I'm
always
sure.
given us good guidance and support. And
Absolutely.
tennis is this beautiful community and family sport that you don't get anywhere in this game by yourself.
That's true. That's true.
And I've had thousands of coaches and stringers and mentors and teachers that have looked after the Jensen family. Let's
There
just
you
put it
go.
that way.
Yeah,
So,
that's good. And
well, I've
and
got I've got to be kicking my buddy's butt in 5 minutes.
okay.
So,
Well,
uh,
if you come across anybody, or any emails that you can send me to keep growing, so I can put the invite out with them, would
sure.
appreciate it and all that. So, Murphy, I so thank you for being on my Tennis Volley Talk podcast
Sure,
today.
pal. Sure, pal.
And
If nobody's told you they love you today, Brian, I do. If nobody's told your audience they love them, I love your audience, and there's
good.
nothing your audience can do about it.
That's it. I love you, brother.
Love you too. Take care, Brian. See
All
you
right,
next
you
time.
too. Bye-bye.
Bye.